Hey guys, welcome to another MTG Arena video. Today's actually a really cool day, or I guess for you, yesterday is a really cool day by the time this video comes out. We actually got a new limited format on MTG Arena, and I'm really excited about it. The format's called Jumpstart. It's actually designed completely for limited, so I want to give you guys some highlights, tell you how it works, as well as give you some EV tips and pointers. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the video and check it out. All right, so let's go ahead and start by talking about what Jumpstart actually is. It's actually a supplemental set that's not going to be standard legal, but the cards that you get will be legal and historic. Now there is a catch to this. There's actually only two ways for you guys to acquire these Jumpstart cards. First, you guys can enter the event, and the event is only going through August 16th. Now that doesn't mean they won't bring the event back in the future, but we don't have any way of knowing when that will be. The second way to get these cards is actually by crafting them with your wild cards. You can't actually buy any packs, so if you don't have wild cards on hand or in extras, you'll actually have to buy packs of another set you don't need, get wild cards, and attain the cards that way. It's going to be kind of a pain, but I definitely don't think that there's going to be too many cards that are going to be super valuable and historic, so hopefully it won't impact the economy too much. Ideally, I think this is going to be a standalone limited set that you guys are going to be able to enjoy. You're going to be able to build common and uncommon collections, as well as fill out your M20 collection very quick and easily. All right, so on your homepage, you can go ahead and find Jumpstart, pretty easy. Later in the week, if another event comes out, you guys might be able to find it under the toggle button on the top left there. I know some people often have trouble finding various events because they don't know about this toggle all play mode option. Once you go all play mode, you should be able to find every event that's offered in the far right. So we're going to go ahead and click on our Jumpstart option here. There's some information there you can click. It'll bring you to a website that'll explain everything in detail as well. So before we go into the cards that you're going to get and your decks and all of that, first I want to talk to you guys about entry fee and give you a little bit of EV estimation on that. There's actually a slight edge if you guys enter using your gold. So you'll notice that the gold entry fee is 2,000 and the gem is 400. So it doesn't sound like a whole bunch, but if you do a lot of limited like I do, you'll know that 2,000 gold is actually 20% of a premier draft, which is how you get a ton of your collection building stuff. It's also a really easy way to go infinite. But 400 gems is actually 26% of an entry for a premier draft. So each time you enter using your gems instead of your gold, you'll be losing 6% of a draft. If you're intending to build your collection and fill out your Jumpstart cards, this is actually going to add up very quickly. So make sure if you have the ability to enter with your gold. It's not a lot, but it all adds up over time. All right, so now that we've entered with our 2,000 gold, you guys are going to see 3 different options pop up. You're actually going to get to pick between 3 different options 2 different times. There's a total of 46 different options that are available to you guys, and they'll show up randomly in sets of 3. So for our options, we actually have +1, Reanimate, and Tree Hugging. Each pack has 20 cards, and it will be smashed together with your other pick for the other 20 cards, making a 40-card limited deck. Now you are going to get to keep all of these cards, which we'll go over later once we've built our deck. So I've only done this event 2 times before, and I actually haven't played any of these cards. So we're just going to go ahead and take one that we think is cool or fun or might have cards that we want to add to our collection, and I'll actually post a link down below to the wiki page showing you all 46 decks and what is in every single one of them and all of the different variations. So for my first choice, I think I'll go ahead and just take +1. All right, so now that we've taken +1, we actually have 3 more decks. This is again randomly generated of our 46, and I haven't confirmed it yet, but I've been told you actually can get duplicates, so you could get +1 and have the option to take it again, but I haven't seen it myself. So we got Dogs, Smashing, and Rogues. So what do we think will go well with this? Let's say we had taken Blue Flyers for our first pick. We might want to consider taking Angels or maybe a white deck, because oftentimes they'll have a lot of angels, griffins, birds. I think there's also a bird deck. So you kind of want to play with your synergies and kind of decide what you think might go well together. All right, so the Hydra on our pack 1 actually gets counters when other things get counters. We know that. So most likely, I don't think they would be using that art unless that card was actually in the pack. And again, you can check that out in the wiki page below, but I'm just kind of I don't know, going off instinct here. So what do we think might have more counters? Dogs, smashing, or rogues? None of them? Maybe white? You know, Azorius, or not Azorius, Selesnya tokens is usually a thing, counters. So, I don't know, let's just take dogs. Seems reasonable. White has more counters. It might have the, one of the new white token generators from M20. There's actually a fair amount of that. She's a 4-drop. I was incorrect. It's not there. Ooh, here's one. Yeah, whenever it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Boom. Done. See, works well with Proliferate and with Hydra. So it was just kind of a lucky guess. There's some synergy here, which is good. Alpine Watchdog. Ooh, there's a white counter. Excellent. All right, so like I was telling you guys before, you guys can only get these cards 2 ways: by entering these events and crafting the cards. And the rewards are really minimal. You can only get 2 rare or better cards for each deck that you build maximum. You can get 2 wins and that's it. You can keep playing the deck for as long as you like, but there's no rewards or bonus for doing so. So when collecting these cards, you might want to consider the 46 different types of decks, as well as the different variations within each deck. So there are 3 rarities within the deck types. There is a mythic, rare, and common deck type. The mythic have no variations, so once you take it, you've got all the cards in that set. The rare has actually 2 variations, so you're gonna have to make sure you keep track of what you're doing if you're trying to build a full collection. The common actually has 4 variations, but again, I don't think it's gonna be super strict. I think a lot of these cards, you're gonna get a ton of vault value for getting the common and uncommon M20 cards. These cards are ones you've already acquired through, you know, using your wild cards for your vault value in previous videos. So hopefully you guys will acquire enough wild cards to fill out your collection at the end, if that's what you're trying to accomplish. But that's it, we're done. There's no cuts to be made. We picked our 2 different types of decks, smashed them together, and we are ready to play. This is incredibly friendly to new players. The cards are also not very overpowered. It's very low to the ground. The games are a bit more grindy, which again is a lot simpler for new players because it keeps all of the crazy bombs and mechanics to a minimum. Another reason you guys might want to consider playing a lot of this format, if you guys are new to the game, is it actually does help you build a collection quite quickly. Now there are a lot of reprints from M20, so if you haven't been able to draft a ton of that, you'll actually be able to fill out your M20 collection very cheaply. This event is quite a bit less than a draft, so you'll be able to get all the commons and uncommons for a much discounted price. But you're also going to be getting rares not only from Jumpstart, but also reprint rares that you might not want to go back and buy individual packs of. You can actually see a really good example of these other reprints with Windrider Sphinx. So this is a blue-white flyer deck, and one of the cards that we got is Windrider Sphinx. Now this is labeled as a Jumpstart card. So if I already had 4 of this card from a previous set, which was M19, this is actually not going to be giving me gems or vault value or anything like that until I get an entire new set. So for more experienced players that have quite a collection, this is actually a bit of a negative. But for those of you guys who are newer to the game and still building a collection, this allows you to enter into the event for really cheap and acquire a lot of those cards from other sets, and you can use them for your deck building and have a great time doing both, playing in this and building new decks with new cards. There's actually one more thing I wanted to go over with you guys before we jump into the highlights. And that is that each pack, all 46 of them, have their own unique land. This isn't something super expensive or rare. Now this is just a unique land that's designed with art based around the theme of your deck. So this was actually armor-based white. So you have like a shell with a shield. Interesting. And then we took blue flyers, so you get this floating island that's based around your flyers. I've seen the bird deck actually has a bunch of birds coming out of a nest. The Phyrexia is actually written in Phyrexia. The swamps aren't in English, they're in Phyrexian, which is really cool. So it's a unique, interesting thing, and you guys are going to get to keep these as alternate arts. So collecting the entire 46 set might be really cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the highlights so you guys can see some game states, all the cards used. It's going to be kind of a short video because I just wanted to tell you guys about Jumpstart, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of the gameplay. Okay. Yeah. Mill is scary with 40 cards? Yes. Definitely the case. Oh, no, no! Oh, phew. I was like, is that protection from a color? Oh, shit! It's not. It's indestructible. Whew. I didn't look, but as soon as I clicked it, I had an overwhelming fear that it was... protection from a color. I was like, oh. Woo. Very lucky. We got one, team! We got one! It is nice that, like, the entry fee guarantees you the 2-card reward. Five, 6, 7. This is a really, really rough race, but we can do this next time, which can destroy one of their blockers. 6. If we draw a land, we can still tap and destroy a blocker. How's Jumpstart been treating you? I feel like this is the worst deck in history. But we're gonna grind it out. Just scrap it and start over. Are you made of money? I'm not made of money. Yeah, I think that the Jumpstart was made for more casual gameplay for sure. Yeah, he doesn't really want me to stop with the Pyroling, right? Chat always says that. Like, anytime I have like a bad draft or something, I'm like, oh, this deck kind of sucks. And they're just like, scratch it. Just pay another $12. Start a new draft. I'm like, come on, man. Oh gosh, they actually just need... We can pitch this. I don't think it'll... Wait. Oh! I don't want any of those cards. I was hoping for a spell, but... Your body is ready. Nice. We're about to start. This will be my last game of this, guys. We're going to be doing a 1-hour Twitch bounty. So for those of you guys who do decide to stick around for that 1-hour bounty, it's not Magic, it's a different game, but I will be giving away a full set of these sleeves. So if you guys stick around, support the channel by hanging out and watching a 1-hour variety game, then you'll have a chance to win all of these sleeves. They're pretty sweet. Fudge sickles. So, we have to draw a spell here? Is that what I'm getting out of this? Think we got there? Woo! Top deck! We did it, team! We did it! Woo! Goodness, that was difficult. Alright guys, that's everything I have to share with you guys about Jumpstart. I'll actually leave that wiki page below with all of the different decks and variations of the decks. You guys can check out what cards you want, which ones are rare. It'll help you build your collections if you're not trying to go for the full set, but also make sure you guys are adding in, I don't know, writing all your stuff down, making sure you check off your list for all the things you want before the set goes away. I would definitely like to hear in the comments below, once you guys have played the format, what is your favorite combinations? What seems to be the most broken? What works together? Tell me what you guys think of the set. I know I've been enjoying it so far, and I really hope you guys do too. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget, if you're considering supporting the channel and helping us make more content, you guys have about a week left to sign up to get these sweet, sweet stickers sent to you guys. They are really cute. They are waterproof. They're just a nice thank you for helping me and supporting the channel. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'd like to give a special thank you to those of you who have signed up for our Patreon. Without you guys, none of this would be possible. This content is also sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. and KMC Sleeves. If you guys enjoyed the content, consider checking out the links below and using our discount codes. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.